Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Here's a brief introduction about myself. I am a BTech graduate, and these are the subjects that I teach. So, if you would like to connect with me for a one on one or a group session, you may check out the description right below. Another thing that I want to say is that if you check out the description, you will get a link for my channel with respect to Telegram and WhatsApp. What is the use of that links or channel? It will be beneficial for you that whenever I post some video on my channel, the direct link will be given in that particular Telegram or WhatsApp community group link also. So that will be very much helpful so that you can get connect with me easily. Now, regarding this particular video, we will be discussing about an important topic, which is important irrespective of any of the classes. Like any student of any of the class can see this video because it is one of the most important aspect of mathematics, and that is what we known as the divisibility rule. Now, divisibility rule helps us to do the calculation faster, like how to identify whether this number is divisible. Like it can be divided by any of the number, like it can be divided by 11, it can be divided by 2, it can be divided by 3, and many more. So in this particular video, we will be going through all such rules regarding every possible number, and by the end of this video, I assure you that you will be able to solve many of such questions later on in your life. Okay, now to make it a little bit like in an easier aspect, we won't be going in such order like 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Firstly, we will be starting off with 10 because as we move on, the learning concept will get a little bit difficult, or I can say that it might be somewhat difficult for you to gather at the first point. So it's better that we start off with the easier one first, and after that, you will be able to grasp the overall knowledge one by one. So, starting off with the first one, and let's start off with the divisibility rule for 10. How to do it for 10. Now, the simple rule regarding 10 will be that its last digit must contain a 0. Now, what does this mean? Let us take some example because example helps us to understand the concept in a more clear manner. So, let us take an example like one of the example is 7120. Which is the last digit? Yeah, you all are correct. The last digit is this one, that is 0. So the rule for the divisibility of 10 was that the last digit must contain a 0. So yes, there is a 0 over here. So we can say that this number is divisible by 0. Sorry, divisible by 10. You will be able to identify, like if you divide this number by 10, it will leave no remainder. That what means that a particular number is divisible by some other number. Let us take another example to check whether other number is divisible by 10 or not. So if I'm taking the number as 592, over here, the last digit is not 0. So we will directly say over here that it is not divisible by 10. Okay. So this is how we will be able to solve any of the numbers to identify whether the particular number is easily divisible by 10 or not. Now let us move on to another one. And I'm taking the next digit as 5. Now what is the rule for 5? Now its rule is that its last digit, like its last digit means the particular question which will be given to you, that number last digit must be either 0 or 5. For example, I have multiple examples for this. If I am considering 7120 again, so we can clearly see that there is a 0. So I will say yes, this number is divisible by 5. Then if I am taking another example like 515, as we can see the last digit is 5. Yes, it fulfills the rule for the divisibility of 5. So we can say that this number is also divisible by 5. Then if I write 1155, so yes, this number also contains a 5 at its last digit. So yes, this is also divisible by 5. If I am writing 1152, in this case, the last digit is neither 5 nor 0. So over here, I can say that this number is not divisible by 5. Again, if I am writing 313, in this case also, the last digit is neither 0 nor 5. So this will be also not divisible by 5. And then if I am taking 4244, same thing over here also, neither 0 nor 5. That's why it is also not divisible by 5. Now let us have our next digit, and I am taking the next digit as 2. What is the rule for 2? So the number, okay, the number must have its last digit divisible by 2. Like the whole concept is based on divisibility with respect to 2. So the last digit must be divisible by 2. What does it means? That it must not leave any remainder on dividing the number by 2. Okay. Now one of the simplest trick is that the trick is if you see these numbers as the last digit, you are very much confirmed that this particular number will be divisible by 2. So those numbers are 0, then there is 2, then there is 4, then there is 6, and then there is 8. If you encounter any such digits in the last digit of any number, you are very much sure that that number is divisible by 2. Now, let us consider some examples. If I am writing 7122, so yeah, the last digit is 2, and according to this trick, we can say that this is divisible by 2. If I am taking up 804 over here, so again, the last digit is 4. It is also divisible by 2. If I am taking up 106, the last digit is what? 6. So it is also divisible by 2. If I am taking up 1188, the last digit over here is 8. So yeah, this is also divisible by 2. And if I am taking the number as 100, the last digit over here is 0. So yeah, this is also divisible by 2. But what if the number stated to us is 7123? The last digit over here is 3. Does 3 comes under these digits? No, it doesn't. So this is not divisible by 2. If I write 959, again, 9 is not a part of those digits. So I can say that this number is also not divisible by 2. This is the simplest way that we can get to know about the number, whether it is divisible by 2 or not. Let us consider our next digit. Our next digit for divisibility check is 4. Whether the number is divisible by 4 or not. Over here, the rule is that for a given number, we will be checking the last two digit is divisible by 4. Now, what does this mean? Let us jump into an example. so we can get to know how to solve. Now let us consider the example as 340 and 736. What are the last two digits? Yeah, correct. The last two digits are 36. So my number is what over here? My number for the last two digit is 36. What we have to check is that whether this 36 on dividing by 4 gives any remainder or not. If it gives a remainder, that means this whole number is not divisible by 4. But if on dividing 36 by 4 or any such number, if it doesn't have any remainder left, it means that the whole number is divisible by 4. That is the concept for 4. So if I am dividing 36 by 4, so I can simply say that 4 when multiplied with 9 yields us 36. So yeah, it gives us 9, which means no remainder at all. So I can say that this number is divisible by 4. What if I'm considering another example, and let us take the example as 7385063. What are the last two digits? The last two digits are 63. I'm writing it over here. 63 divided by 4. Let us try to divide this number. So 63 on dividing by 4, 1 times is 4, 2, 3 comes below that, 5 times is 20, we get 3 as the remainder. Since over here there is a remainder as 3, it means that this particular number is not divisible by 4. Now let us consider our next digit. And our next digit is digit number 8. So over here, the rule says it's that the given number, in the given number, the last three digits, all right, the last three digits must be divisible by 8. What does it mean? It means that the last three digits, which we will be extracting out from the main number, must get divided by 8, yielding no remainder. Let us see it through an example. If I am considering the example as 78056, what are the last three digits? The last three digits are these one. So I can write it as 056, or we can say it is simply 56. Now what we have to do? This must get divided by 8. We know that when 8 is multiplied with 7, it yields 56. So it means that this number is divisible by 8. Let us consider another example. If I am taking an example as 394148, what are the last three digits? The last three digits are these, which are 148. It must get divided by 8. Let us check with the calculation. 148 on dividing by 8. 8, 1 times is 8. We get 6 from here. 8 comes down. 8 times is 64. The remainder is 4. It means that it is yielding a remainder, and we want any three digits which does not yield any remainder, but we are getting the remainder as 4. That means this particular number is not divisible by 8. This is the clear rule for divisibility of 8. Now let us go on with our next number, and that is divisibility by 3. Now, the most simplest thing is that the rule that we are going to study for 3 is also similar for 9. So what is the rule? The rule is that sum of all digits of the number must be divisible by. So the rule is that must be divisible by 3. So as a whole, what does it mean? It simply means that if I'm taking up an example, let us consider that the example number is 754206. The rule simply says that we have to sum of all the digits. Now, what are the digits over here? The digits are 7, the digit is 5, 4, 2, 0, 6. Just add them up. On adding up, you will be getting the number as 24. Now check whether this number is divisible by 3 or not. So we can simply say that when 3 is multiplied with 8, we get 24 only. It means that the rule is applicable over here. So this whole number is divisible by 3. Let us consider another example. And the another example is 8537014. So in this way, we are going to add up 8 plus 5 plus 3 plus 7 plus 0 plus 1 and plus 4. When we add them up, we will be getting it around like 8 and 5 is simply 13, 16, 16 and 7 will give us 23, 24, and this will be around 28. So we know that 28 doesn't comes under the table of 3, or you can clearly check it out. How? By dividing it by 3. So 3, 9 times is 27. The remainder is 1. Since we are getting a remainder over here, that also 1, we can say that this number is not divisible by 3. Now, what will be the concept for 9 now? So you can now also recall it in an easier manner. For the concept of 9, the sum of digits must be divisible by 9. The simple concept for 9 is this only. So let take us an example. So 6732018. So if we add them up, 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 0 plus 1 plus 8, you will get around 27. Is 27 divisible by 9? Yes, it comes under the table of 9. That is 3 times. So yes, it does not yield any remainder. So this number is divisible by 9. Let us consider another example. The another example is 5683712. What we have to do, the same concept, that is 5 plus 6 plus 8 plus 3 plus 7 plus 1 and plus 2. On adding up, you will be getting 32. Now we know that on dividing 32 by 9, it is evident that it will yield a remainder. So over here, if you will do the calculation, you will be getting the remainder as 5. It means that this number is not divisible by 9. Now let us move on to our next digit, and this particular digit seems a bit tough to some of the students. So I will be trying out to make it in a simple and easier manner. Now we will be directly starting off with an example, and later on we will be considering what is the rule for the divisibility of 11. Now if I am taking the example as 8050314052, such a huge number. Now what is the rule over here? That from the right hand side of the given number, you will be starting off writing with some symbols. Now, what are those symbols? I will be considering two set of definitions over here. One is odd place digit and another is even place digit. I will be writing odd place digit as O and even place digit as E. Now, one thing that many of the students get caught up in this is that they consider this odd place and even place as the same concept regarding the odd numbers and even numbers. That is not the case over here. The simple case is that you will be starting off with odd, the next digit will be even, then the next one is odd, then the next one is even, then the next one is odd. So you are moving it in an alternate manner. That is, if I am writing this as O, because the last digit or the right hand side or the rightmost digit will be always odd place digit. So my next digit will be E, then O, then E, then O, then an E, then O, E, O, and now what to do? So, regarding this one, the rule says that first of all, add all the digits which are there at the odd place. That is, on the odd place, there is 0, 0, 1, 0, and 2. So, I'm adding them up 0 plus 0 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2. What we get? The answer is 3. Then do the same thing for the even one. Oof. This will be 8 plus 5 plus 3 plus 4 and plus 5. You will be getting this as 25. Now, what the next step? The next step is that you will be doing the difference of these two. What will be the difference? 25 minus 3, which gives us 22. Now, think, is 22 a multiple of 11? What is multiple? Does 22 comes under the table of 11, or we can say that on dividing 22 by 11, does it yield any remainder or not? If it doesn't yield a remainder, it means it comes under the table of 11 and the number is divisible by 11. So since this 22 is divisible by 11, that is, it is a multiple of 11, we can say that this whole number is divisible by 11. Let us consider another example. If I am taking an example as, suppose, 4, 3, 3, 2, 5, 7. What I have said? That the rightmost digit will be always odd. So odd, even, odd, even, odd, even. Do the same thing. Add all the odd place digits, that is 3 plus 2 plus 7, which is 12. Now add all the even place digits, those are 4 plus 3 plus 5, which is also 12. Now what we have to do? We have to find the difference over here. So over here, the difference is simply 12 minus 12, which is 0. Now what is the rule? Now the rule says, now let us write the rule. The rule says that the difference between the sum of odd and even place digits must be either 0 or divisible, or we can say that multiple of 11. So what we have got over here, the difference is 0. What does it means? That this number is also divisible by 11. So we can say that this whole number is divisible by 11. This is the concept with respect to 11. And many a times students tends to forget this portion. So I would suggest that keep your focus well maintained regarding 11. Now let us move on to our next digit. What was the numbering? So ninth. So the ninth digit that we are taking up is simply 6. Now think in this manner. Think in this manner that how do we get 6? We get 6 when 2 is multiplied with 3. That is 6 only. So the rule is simply clearly in front of you. What is the rule? The rule says that for a number to be divisible by 6, it must be divisible by 2 and 3 both. The main word is both. If it is divisible by 2 and not divisible by 3, then it is not divisible by 6. If it is divisible by 3 but not divisible by 2, it is not divisible by 6. But if it is divisible by both of the numbers, that are 2 and 3, then it is divisible by 6. Now we have already know what are the rules regarding 2 and 3. We have to just use those rules only. So let us consider an example. Now the example is 53022. What was the rule regarding 2? If the last digit contains 0, 2, 4, 6 or 8, it is divisible by 2. Over here the last digit is 2, so we can say that it is divisible by 2. One thing is clear from here. Now what was the other rule for regarding 3? The rule was that the sum of all the digits must be divisible by 3. Let us add them up. We are getting 12. So when 12 is divided by 3, we get 4. So yes, it is also divisible by 3. Since it is divisible by 2 as well as 3, we can say that as an whole, this number is divisible by 6. Okay, let us consider another example to make sure that we are getting the clarity in a much bigger frame. So let us consider the example as 751024. The last digit, 4. Does it fulfill the criteria for divisibility by 2? Yes, it does fulfill the criteria for divisibility by 2. So I can say that this number is divisible by 2. Now what about 3? Add all the digits. That is 7 plus 5 plus 1 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4. On adding up, we are getting 19. Let us check. 19 when divided by 3, 6 times is 18. The remainder is 1. Over here, it is yielding a remainder that is 1. It means that it is not divisible by 3. So what I have said the rule that it must be divisible by 2 and 3 as both. Since it is not divisible by 3, it means that the whole number is not divisible by 6. So yeah, now we are at the end of this video. Moving on to the last digit, and the last digit is 7. After 11, the most confusing one is 7 only. And we will be learning it through an example first, then considering the rule. So let us take an example. The number is 4, 7, 5, 3, 2, 9, 1, 2, 7, 2. What you have to do is that you have to make triplets. What are triplets? Just make a collection of 3 digit as in whole. Now from where? We have to do it from the rightmost digit. So the 3 triplets are these 3. After that these 3. After that these 3. No 3 digits are left over here. No issue. The remaining digits will become a pair, or it can be considered as a triplet. No issue with that. Now, what does the rule says? The rule says we have to add the first triplet. Don't add the second triplet. Move on to the alternate triplet. The alternate triplet is this one. What we have to do? Add them up. What we will be getting over here is that 532 plus 272, on adding up, we are getting it as 804. Now, the next thing. Now add up the left out triplets. What are the left out triplets? this one, and this one. What we have to do? We have to add them up. So on adding 47 plus 911, we will be getting as 958. Now what to do? The only thing we are left with is that we have to find out the difference between these two sums. So what is the difference over here? The difference is simply 958 minus 804. You will be getting as 154. Now what to do? Just check it by dividing by 7 whether it is yielding a remainder or not. If it is not yielding a remainder, it means that the number is divisible by 7. So 7 2 times is 14, 1 4 comes down, 2 times is 14. So yeah, it does not yield any remainder. It means it is divisible by 7. Let us consider another example, and after that we will be writing up the rule for it. So the next number for me is simply 6805793 192. Again, the same rule. What was the rule? The rule stated us that from the right hand most digit, make triplets. This is one of the triplet, then the next triplet, then the next triplet, and this is left out. We will be considering this as a triplet also. Now what to do? Add the first triplet not with the second one, but with the next alternate one. That is this one. So I am adding them up. On adding up, we are getting 805 plus 192. So the sum over here is 997. What to do? Add the leftover triplet, that is 793, and this 6 along with it. So on adding up, we are getting 6 plus 793, which is simply 799. Now, what is the only rule left over here? The rule left over here is that we have to find the difference between these two. Now, what is the difference over here? The difference states us that 997 minus 799 yields us 280. Now check whether it is divisible by 7 or not. So 218, 7, 3 times is 21, 8 comes below, 1 times is 7, we got 1 as remainder. Since on dividing by 7, we are getting a remainder as 1, it means that this number is not divisible by 7. Now for a shorter aspect, I am writing off the rule, but the rule states that the first thing is form triplets from rightmost digit. Now, what was the other thing? We have to do is that add the first triplet with the alternate one. After that, add the leftover triplets. And then the last thing is find the difference between the two sums that we have did in the second and third step, and check whether it is divisible by 7 or not. So this is the whole concept regarding divisibility, and it comes handy in most of the examination regarding mathematics, or even when you will be handling numbers regarding in physics, chemistry, and in any other topic. So this is all for this particular video. I hope you did like this video, and do comment in this video. Along with that, you can comment what you want the next topic as in my videos and all, and do subscribe to my channel and also share it with your friends and family so that they can get to know about what I am teaching in my YouTube channel, and they can also get benefited along with the knowledge I'm imparting to all of you. So, thank you everyone for watching this particular video.